Hello again, and welcome to episode number 7 of Business Events Decoded. My name is Sushil Shamlal Wadhwa, and our next guest for the show is a wonderful friend, somebody whom I've known since many, many years. He started his professional career with a multinational bank in India, followed by a stint in a major FMCG in the country. He is a keen golfer, an avid jazz and country music enthusiast. His expansive career in the corporate world, combined with his love for travel, established the company and has grown over the past 2 decades to be one of the most respected names in the industry for its ethics, commitment, and enjoys the loyalty of some of the most prestigious brands in the country. He and me shared a seat on the Starwood Asia Pacific Advisory Board at one time. He is the founder and director of Omraga Corporate Services, a pioneer in marketing of conferences and a production agency offering its clients and partners a gamut of professional expertise, conferencing, and event management. Please put your hands together for Mr. Rajeev Waddan. Let's start with hearing about your journey into the world of business events and MICE. I know your introduction briefly covers it, but I'm sure there's a bigger and more interesting story that you can share with us on how you got into this industry.
It's very interesting. Actually, my career started with the army. I was at the IMA for some time and I was boarded out for some medical reasons. And then I had nothing to do. I said, what do? I just met a friend who said, I'm applying for these management colleges, and I happened to apply with him, and I got selected by one of the prestigious colleges in India, that's Shamlal in Bombay. So I did my management from there. I was picked up by the Citibank. I worked with Citibank. I used to manage risk with them in Germany and also in Singapore. I worked in India for some time with them. And then worked with a couple of corporates here in India. And my father fell ill. I needed to attend to him. Came to attend to him. I was between jobs. I was to join Modi Xerox in Delhi. And could not join because I was attending my father. And then I said, instead of chasing a new multinational company, let me do something on my own. And we started as a training company, a brand management company. And then we had a client who was from Gujarat. We worked with him for a couple of years, only training. And one day he said, listen, I want to do a large conference of all my top dealers and I want to do it in Kodaikanal. Mm-hmm. And so he says, so training is one major area, plus we have a conference there, followed with that. He says, I want you to manage it. I'd never done all this. I said, I don't know anything. He says, but you have to manage the entire thing. He said, I don't trust my people. It was a government kind of organization. I went to Kodaikanal, did not know where to go. Landed up at the Carlton, and I was struggling to figure out what to do. So there was this gentleman called Rosaire, who was the general manager of the hotel. He saw me struggling. He says, listen, leave the conference part and logistics part to me. You focus on your training and let me do the rest. He did a fantastic job. He did a wonderful job. And while we were there over the drink, the MD of the company told me, he says, listen, we like what you did. We want to get 700 people here and we want you to handle it. I said, listen, that's not my business. My business is training. And the gentleman said, listen, if I was in your place, I would do it. And there I am. So I said, if I have to do it, let me do it professionally. Let me do it well. And we started. We were a good run. We've done well for us.
Nice. So from army to banking, and before Modi Xerox happened, to training, and training to conference organizing.
So you never know. Tomorrow I might be into something else. You never know.
Bollywood calling.
Bollywood calling for you. Bollywood will not call people like me.
So how did the name Omraga come about?
So, that's interesting because I said training and Raaga go well. It's the same thing. Raaga is all about training and so on.
Correct.
And since we got into the business, I met a couple of guys for at least 3 or 4 conferences, one after the other, who said, listen, this is not a good number for you. Raaga does not add up to something.
Yeah.
So he says, you must add something to it. Somebody suggested you add Sri Raaga to it. I said, Sri Raaga sounds very South Indian. I don't want to do it.
Correct.
I have a spiritual bent of mind. So I said, why not Omraga?
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, Omraga is one name with the
recollection.
The recall is going to be very high.
Yes.
I think it worked well. People may not remember me. People still call me Mr. Om. So it works very well.
Yes. And how many years back was this?
This is about 24 years now.
24 years. So which means you started in 1996.
96.
Wow. It's been a nice long journey.
Yeah,
and what have been the typical sectors that you have done MICE programs for?
So, I've not restricted myself to one single sector, especially coming from the corporate background with banking and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
I was exposed to all the sectors, and that helped me a lot.
Yeah.
So one of the first ones was we worked with the chemical industry. We moved on to cement. We moved on to finance in a big way. Insurance is something which I've been a little slow, but generally all the sectors, including pharma, like everybody does.
Yeah.
And so you name a sector, we've been there generally.
Wow. And what has been the average size? I know like the second group that you got to do was 700 people, but beyond that, what has been the average size?
So my average is about more than 1,000. I
wow.
do on an average about 1,000, 1,200. The largest I have done is about 16,000 people.
That's massive.
That's massive.
Where was that? Where was that done?
It was in Canada.
In Canada. 16,000 people from India flying into Canada.
Not only from India, entire Asia. There were people from Europe and so on. It was a big one.
This must have been one hell of a conference.
Yeah. So that was one of the largest we've done.
Okay.
We've done 16,000 people. We've done 12,000 people. We've done 7,000 people. We're currently working on something which is about 4,500 people. You can see the numbers are going down.
Yes. Of course, with COVID, a lot of evolution has happened. We'll come to that shortly. And what have been your most popular, frequently used destinations in the last 24 years you've been in this industry?
Europe in a big way.
Okay.
And then Europe, France and London in a big way.
Yeah.
But I am one guy who always believed in going to new destinations also because I like to go to new places.
Yes.
So I have covered places from Iceland to London to France to Spain, you name it, I've done. So, but amongst my personal favorite I always prefer to go to Scotland and Ireland. Those are my personal favorites.
Both beautiful. Have you kept a track, Rajiv, of how many countries you've done business events in?
I wouldn't know. I can tell you which continent I've not been to. I've not been to South America.
Yeah. Because I actually keep a track it makes interesting speaking also, interesting conversations.
I have done almost every country in Europe.
Oh wow!
Almost every country. I've not done North Africa and Central Africa. I've done most of Africa also.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
And tell me, of course, COVID has impacted the whole industry. And we did briefly discuss a few days ago on how you're handling the situation. But many of our viewers are also people from the industry. So I'd love you to share your way of handling the impact of COVID with your company and also sharing what impact it has had.
So when we started, when the COVID started, we thought it's going to be for a couple of months and the country would be in control.
Yes.
We didn't expect it to go this far.
Yes.
So when it started, I told my team, I said, we need to be in touch with most of our clients. And when the COVID started, we were in the midst of doing about 6 or 7 large conferences. So I said, number one, we need to be in touch with them. Number two, we should connect with people who are our potential clients. So we did not send them typical messages about COVID, safety and all of that.
Yeah.
We kept on educating them about new destinations, smaller destinations.
Yeah.
And so we were in touch. We would make small clippings in our office.
Yeah.
And everybody worked from home. So that's what we did.
Yeah.
by August, we realized that this is not happening.
Yeah.
And then also, my team has been very supportive. They've been with me all through thick and thin. So I told my team, I said, listen, we are getting into tough times. If you guys want to start something on your own, tell me, and I would support you. And I didn't want to, because these guys have been with me for a very long time. I didn't want to lose them. And they're experts at them. They're masters in what they do.
Correct.
So I said, if you guys want to start a business, I will help you. And I said, the only condition is that you will not become my competitor. Rest is okay.
Yeah. Fair condition.
Yeah. And then they decided to do something in frozen food. So I helped them to start a company called the Frozen Box.
Okay.
And helped them to put a lot of things together. They've had a good start. They're averaging good numbers every day, and they're growing.
Oh, that's
so. And to me, one is that a guilt of not being able to pay them. That is taken care of.
Yeah.
Second thing is, I'm happy at least they have some source of income which looks after their family. Maybe they'll probably get more than what I used to pay them.
Yeah.
And that's a couple of months.
Yeah.
So I think, and also I've always believed in nurturing people, working with them.
Yeah.
People who work with me, I've always made sure that they grow in life. And I encourage people to leave if I can't afford them, I encourage them to leave and do something better in their life. So that's what I've been doing as far as my team and COVID is concerned.
So you have an incubation center effectively with COVID.
Kind of.
So that's.
But as far as clients are concerned, I've been interacting with them. So I have been selectively doing these so-called online drinking sessions.
Okay.
Right? And it's just that we go out and we generally talk to each other. I said in times like these, the only way to interact with each other is collect everybody together and have these online drinking sessions. So we've done that.
Yes, absolutely.
And I think people really liked it. We have one tomorrow evening. So
I would be happy to join. I believe the best ideas are born over a few drinks anyways.
Yeah, of course. So social distancing. Also, I think we kind of things we exchange with each other, business ideas and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's really worked for us.
Yeah. Rajeev, what is your opinion? When do you think our mice industry would bounce back with this whole COVID scenario? What does your crystal ball gazing say?
I would be more practical and say that I don't see anything happening till 2022 for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
The reasons are that in last 6 to 8 months, most of the companies have been fighting to stay afloat. Cash flows have gone for a 6.
Yes.
There is no cash flow available in the industry. There is people have been paying salaries. Large corporates have been paying salaries to their clients, to their employees, and so on. Yeah. There is no business.
Yeah.
And the brief to the managers was to contain losses.
Yeah.
So if they were told to contain losses, you can understand the amount of concern the companies have. So I don't see anything happening for next 1 year. Definitely. Okay. Yeah. People may say that, there is a turnaround, people are going out. These are few cases where, some of these clients do. But if you look at the governments, if you look at the sectors, various segments of the industry where we work, insurance has done well, finance has struggled, farmers have done well. So there are a few sectors which will probably do some business, but most of them will have no business.
Yeah.
So we are in for a long haul.
Yeah.
Tough times.
In the given scenario, what would be your advice to other companies, other mice companies who are in the industry? What would be your advice to them on how to cope with the situation?
To be frank, I'm seeking advice. but I think I would say stay focused.
Yeah.
Survive. Stay focused. Keep in touch with your client. Work on whatever comes your way.
Yeah.
I mean, in our case, we are ready to do whatever is required as far as the client is concerned currently in the current situation. I have started taking personal bookings, which I've never done in the history of my company, I have never done FITs.
Okay.
I have started doing that only to stay in touch with the client. So
Yeah.
my advice to people is be focused, don't lose hope, and keep your team together. Try and keep your team together as much as possible.
Yeah. I think in these times, it's probably one of the most difficult things to try and do. What would be your advice, Rajiv, to people, youngsters especially, who are looking at coming into the MICE industry or business events industry, given that we're talking about at least another year for recovery? What would be your advice to such youngsters who are wanting to come into the industry?
I think this is a time for learning
Yeah.
for everybody. One has to learn, do product knowledge, reach out, focus on quality, focus on destinations which are new, small, focus on delivering quality, focus on yourself, focus on your client. I like to keep it simple, as simple as that.
As we're coming towards the end of our episode, Rajiv, any words of wisdom you would like to leave our audiences with?
Nothing. I think stay focused, stay healthy. Do not. Think. If you look at our GDP numbers, currently the GDP is, on a negative. Another year down the line, we hope to touch about 4%, and somebody said yesterday we would touch 9% by 22.
Yeah.
So we are in a good country. We are in a good economy. We have a bright future.
Yeah.
We have good things our way. So we need to just stay focused there.
So good things are coming, but 2022 onwards, we can expect a lot of pent-up demand coming out, and probably the best years are waiting for us just a year ahead.
These are the times to look internally and work on our shortcomings and correct those shortcomings and be ready for 22.
Yes. I actually coined a 3-step sort of a process for most people. It was survive, revive, and then thrive. So currently somewhere between the survive and revive stage. Hopefully 2021 we will be in between the revive and a thrive stage, and I think 2022 onwards we'll be in the thrive stage completely.
I'm sure.
So patience, persistence, and of course upgradation of knowledge is obviously going to pay rich dividends in time to come.
For sure. We're investing a lot in technology in our office. We're working on other systems and so on.
Yeah.
But we are on a long haul, so it's going to take time.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Rajiv, for joining us and sharing your valuable insights with us on this episode. Thank you once again, viewers, for watching this episode all the way to the end. Remember to like and comment with your feedback, and also share this on your social media network. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Until we meet again, this is Sushil Shamlal Wadhwa signing off from Business Events Decoded. Thank you for watching.